Hello, Zach Yelton here, Director of Premium Services at Coastal Shores Landscape. Happy 2022 to all of you. Thanks so much for tuning in today to our January version of the Lowcountry Landscape Report. We're very excited to bring in the new year. We've worked very hard and are continuing to work hard this winter on training our crews. That's a very important part of our culture here and what we do every week, week in and week out. We have dedicated time for training. So one of the things that we are training them on this time of year is seasonal pruning task. If you've been with us for several years or under our care, if your property has been under our care for several years, as far as maintenance is concerned, you're probably used to seeing our guys trim your crepe myrtles a certain way, and maybe even not trim crepe myrtles the way you would expect. Often we look around and we see crepe myrtle trees that are just hacked off at 6 or 8 feet just to cut them back. Well, we want to educate everyone on the proper ways to practice this program as far as crepe myrtle pruning goes. And there are reasons we prune crepe myrtle trees, and those are to promote a nice healthy tree structure with a nice open canopy and nice open habit. Dense sucker growth in the trees, that's created when you make big cuts on these crepe myrtles at 6 or 8 feet. You lop the trees off because that's the easy thing to do, and you get them out of the way. They all grow back next year, and they create a big mess because of all the concentrated dense growth in there. You actually want a crepe myrtle tree to be very open in its branching structure. It'll create a healthier tree, it'll create better flowering, and it'll create less likelihood of there being sooty mold, aphids, that kind of thing on the tree. So we work to educate our guys on that. As you go about, if your property is under the care of our maintenance teams, you're going to see our crews trim the trees in such a way. Younger trees are treated a little differently than older and mature trees, but we are wanting to promote these trees to be small trees as they were designed and as they're intended. So every property can be a little different, and sometimes you have just a functional case where you have to prune a crepe myrtle a certain way to get it off of a house or something like that. But we're happy to walk through those individual cases with you. But I just want you to know we're educating our guys out there. We do everything with a purpose and with a method, and it's for the general best practice for the plant itself. So in other areas, I want you to be aware of a couple of things that we're rolling out here in 2022. If you scroll below, you'll see a little more information on some programs that we're creating this year, some of which we've offered in the past, and a couple of those programs are new. One of those is, of course, the pre-emergent herbicide application. Pre-emergent is a herbicide that will help prevent certain weeds, particularly crabgrass, lespedeza, spurge, and things like that would germinate in the early spring and become just a real nuisance in our lawns throughout the year. So that is something that's not included in our normal package, but it is an optional program that you can sign up for. More information is on that below. Aeration is also a program that you can find out some more information on below. We have a top-notch piece of equipment to aerate your lawn. Many of you have signed up for that in the past and have benefited from that. We want you to know that the more frequently we can aerate the yard, the better. So, up to 3 times a year, we would be looking to aerate some of your yards. A lot of our properties here have heavy, wet soils. Some cases, the soils are compacted from high traffic, from whatever the case may be. But aeration is one of the best things that you can do agronomically to help open up air pockets in that soil and help that soil breathe a little better and get proper room for the roots to grow. So that's a great program. Got more information on that below as well. The third thing is I wanted to bring to your attention, we've got growth regulator that we're offering this year. Growth regulator is a type of herbicide that will help slow and stunt the growth of plants. It's not going to injure it, it's not going to discolor it, but it will slow down the growth of really fast-growing plants. So a lot of things like viburnums, Elaeagnus, ligustrums, there's many more, but those are the ones that we see that are almost uncontrollable when they get out of hand. And so growth regulator is a product that we can spray on the plant and actually help control that growth and make a thicker, more dense plant for you without all that stringy growth on it. And so not every case needs growth regulator, but this is a program that can really help certain problem areas on certain properties. So more information is on that below. As always, we're available in the office to help answer any of these questions. Kate, myself, any of us here can help answer that. Just call, text, or email us, and we're happy to help you. Guys, happy 2022. We're so glad that you're with us. Thanks so much for tuning in today.